Fitness Expo, music concerts, UFC fan zones, and authentic Emirati cultural experiences. Now let's take a look at the video on the monitors. UFC 242 will be one of the highly anticipated matchups in recent memory to unify the lightweight belt. Now to bring to the stage interim UFC lightweight champion and number 8 ranked pound-for-pound fighter, Dastin Porье. And his opponent, UFC lightweight champion, number 3 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Khabib Nurmagomedov. We'd like to open the floor to questions from the media for these fighters.
Question for Dustin right here. It's been a long and winding road to get into UFC Gold. You've had your ups, you have your downs. Can you reflect on the moment after you beat Max Holloway and you had that belt wrapped around your waist?
Yeah, you know, like you said, it was a long journey, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You know, I fantasized, dreamt about it, what it was going to feel like when Dana put the belt around my waist. And, you know, it exceeded what I thought it was going to feel like. I felt just very appreciative of the journey, the lessons I've learned through the victories and the knocks I've took. And, you know, it was just a big victory, especially for my team and family.
And in keeping with the ups and downs and the long and winding road you had to take to get to UFC Gold, you're fighting in foreign territory, going all the way to Abu-Dabi, where you'll mostly be the, what's the word I'm looking for? You'll be booed renownedly, probably. What's your thoughts on that?
It's a story of my life, man. Fighting through stuff like that. So it's no tricky area for me to do something like that, to go there and defy odds and earn a victory in the midst of that type of stuff. That's just what I do.
And it's obviously been awesome to see you last in the octagon in October. How likely for you UFC 229?
Hi guys. Because like change, of course, like change, I become a little bit more famous. You know, like a lot of things change in my life, but. Like in my mind, nothing changed. You know, I keep training, I keep going, and this is not my last fight. And what happens in October, it's just beginning in my legs, and I'm very excited for my
Hi guys, just welcome to Khabib, you spent a lot of time in the United Arab Emirates before, especially on your post-victory tour after your fight with Conor. What does it mean to you to be able to headline this event in Abu Dhabi?
Like, I think it's gonna be very big and very good show for everybody who's gonna fight in Abu Dhabi. And for me, it's like my father can come to Abu Dhabi and he's going to be from the UFC because he does visa and he can come to US. But in Abu Dhabi, it's a lot of come, like foreign people, they don't need a visa coming to Abu Dhabi. And they already sold all tickets. Like, and it's going to be a good show for me, for my family, for my team. Father's going to come and I'm very excited about this. You know, I can do it.
And you recently signed a new contract with the UFC. You did have some conditions in there regarding your teammates. Are you able to talk a little bit about those conditions and how much does it mean to be able to have some of your teammates on this card with you in Abu Dhabi?
This relationship, it was like 50-50, a little bit hard for someone and a little bit for some, you know, like when UFC called me about fighting in Abu Dhabi, I told them I'm gonna fight with my friends, with my brothers. If not, we are waiting for when like qualification finish, we're gonna come back together, all together. And you know, UFC and Ghana, they did their job. Thank you so much for them. And right now it's clear, you know, everybody can fight. And September we're gonna come back.
And just last one for me, you also had a clause in contract to fight GSP. Can you talk a little bit about that, and do you see that as a possibility somewhere down the line?
Honestly, no, I don't know about he's gonna come back or not. But if I wanna make my legacy big, if I wanna improve my legacy, I have to beat Dastин, I have to beat Ferguson and GSP, and then I can become number one. And this is my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Dastин. Can you talk a little bit about how life has changed, if it has changed at all since becoming Israel champion?
If anything, I've just felt a lot of appreciation from people reaching out and telling me they appreciate my journey. And, you know, I'm just grateful that I can inspire people. And, you know, a lot of people calling me, messaging me about I motivated them to chase their dreams. And it's like, you know, I feel for that. I love it. But other than that, I mean, I'm still the best at home. I'm dead. That's all I really do is just train and hang out with my dog. So life's pretty much the same. So I go at the house.
And, of course, we know Khabib is undefeated. How are you looking to overcome the intensity and pace that his opponents we've seen in the past?
Just myself, go out there and show the world what I'm capable of. You know, like you said, 27 have tried, 27 failed. But, you know, a lot of people ask me questions like, what do I see weaknesses in Khabib's game, or where do I think he makes mistakes? And I kind of sit back on my coach and think about this, and I don't really need him to be weak for me to be strong. You know, I don't need huge glaring goals. I'm going to beat him with my pressure, my fight IQ, my just experience and the amount of rounds and years I'm doing this. You know, it's going to be a very hell of a fight. You got two guys, the pound list, one's undefeated, both of them are champions. Two champions when weights come out. It's going to be a huge fight. I'm excited about it, and I'll make those openings that you're talking about.
As a fight for Khabib, obviously it's going to be an incredibly competitive fight, but what do you consider to be the most dangerous thing about Dastин?
Like most different things, that make his experience, he have good experience, and he won 25 in UFC, you know, someone beat him, and he beat someone with this experience, you know, and but I respect him like human-like fighter, you know, he beat a lot of guys. Last fight impressed me on his boxing, yeah, good man, and you know, this fight is over, you know, he become intermediate champion for a reason. He beat Max Holloway, he beat former champions, and but for me, it's everything the same, you know, 9 one cage close, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep forward.
And just one question for Dastin. Obviously, you have been in the octagon much more recently than Khabib has. Do you consider that to be a factor at all? Do you think the fact that you're maybe fresher is going to play a role in this fight, or do you not think it's going to make much of a difference?
That's such a hard question to answer because everybody's different. I don't know, you know, he might pick up right where he left off. It's on him. I can't get into his head and feel how he's feeling, so I don't know about that. But he's got a lot of experience in the UFC. He got a lot of fights on his record, so I believe he's going to start off as how he left off. You know, I don't think he's going to there's any ring rust there.
This question for Dustin. Given that the goal of the undisputed world title has been what you've been chasing for your whole career, are you kind of talking to yourself now and saying, you know, live in the moment, enjoy each step on the course of this fight now?
Of course. You know, I've said it before, this here is a piece of the world title. That over there is the world title. And I just want to do the most in training camp, in the most of my life, to prepare myself to be ready for that moment. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying the journey. It's been a lot of fights, a long road, ups and downs. But now we're at the pinnacle, you know, headlining a show in Abu-Dabi against an undefeated guy. I'm just excited for the opportunity, excited to show the world what I'm capable of. And that's it. I just want to represent myself and the work that I put into the sport on September 7th.
Have you mapped out how long you're going to take to go and climatize over there in Abu Dhabi? And do you feel that the intense temperature may be a factor in the fight, because both of you have really grueling styles?
We'll see. I think I'm going to go there around 2 weeks, maybe 10 days early, just to get used to the air and the time change. But the heat, I'm not so worried about. We'll be all right.
And just a question for Khabib as well. Obviously, building each fight, everyone's talking about how impressive of a grappler you are, the best grappler in the sport. But you've shown in numerous fights how dangerous your striking is. And Dustin, in my eyes, is the most attractive fighter to watch in the stand-up game in the light division. Element of your game, wanting to test yourself on the feet with Dustin a bit more in this fight?
I test myself with one of the best strikers in the world, you know, like Eddson, Barboza, Michael Johnson, Conor, like they're all very good strikers. I think half of them already finished Dustin, you know, very good, I think. What do you think? And I already test myself, you know, I fight with a lot of good strikers, and Dustin of them. And of course, I fight with him and stand up too. This is not wrestling match or wrestling matchup. This is MMA. But my book not better too. You know, like I have a lot of fight in my career, like in amateur, professional. You know, like all my life I'm fighting. I don't remember like someone. No. I respect his game. I respect his box, but like September 7th, I have to do my job, like always.
Down the front here. Hi, the build-up to this one is already very, very different to the build-up to your pre-fight. How much do you prefer this kind of build-up compared to the build-up that you had for the Conor fight and all of the trash talk and everything that's going back and forth? Is this much more your preference? Like, if my opponents talk trash or they didn't talk, nothing changed. You know, this is not my job. This is my opponent's job. They wanna talk or wanna fight. But I know finally cage gonna close, and this is my most important job. You know, and like what different about like last fight and this fight? This fight is a little bit different, and because for this fight I have to find big motivation, because this is not big fight like with Conor, but for me it's like second title defense, and you know, it's like he's my opponent. I have to keep building my legacy and I have to keep going, but
right now my opponent is Dustin, and I'm preparing for this fight like I'm gonna have hardest fight in my life, and I can't wait. You know, like September 7 is gonna be big night for me, for my legacy. I think that's it.
And one for Dustin. You mentioned earlier 27 have tried and 27 have failed. What do you have in your arsenal that makes you the 27-1?
Experience, self-belief, my mindset. I'm focused on making history, and that's all I care about. You know, that's the next 11 weeks of my life, maybe. It's about 20 minutes to do whatever I do, to get my hand raised. You know, like I told her, I mean, fun, huge holes. The guy's good. You know, I can't sit up here and say anything bad about the guy. He's good. He's a world champ. But I'm gonna make things happen there and bring him to places he's never been there. So that's just it.
You've worked really hard, you've not did this. You know, you had a long road to this opportunity of getting into the title fight, winning that, and then this fight. What learned over the course of that journey that you'll prove regarding your fight night? It's just a big slide of your career, right?
I've learned that about myself. That I trust me. You know, first he introduced himself, and I've been through it, man. So I'm motivated, and I'm ready to rock.
I do know how much you knew about the interest in MMA, and in stuff in the East and in UAE, and because this is in the region, I'm pointing that September 7th is a success.
Like MMA and UFC is very popular in Emirates, you know. I was there all the time, and when I go there, like crazy, you know, like I can't even walking like on the streets or like it's very hard for me. Like I feel like I'm you know, like same things, you know. And it's very popular in Emirates. Not only a lot of countries taking place, it's very popular. And I'm not surprised UFC make this event in Abu-Dhabi. I'm not surprised, and they already made a contract with some television, and like they have a lot of contracts in Emirates, Abu Dhabi, and I know before the fight happened, they work with a lot of big guys in Emirates. They say they're working on this, and my focus was in Abu Dhabi, you know, before they announced this fight, and I think it's gonna be a good show.
And if I could just ask about your acclimatization, do you have any idea how long you're planning to spend in Abu Dhabi before the fight?
Maybe 1 month, or we'll see. We have to talk with father. We already make all plan, but about when we're gonna go to Abu Dhabi, we don't know yet.
Hiya, it's Thomas from In the Cage, Poland. First of all, welcome to the UK, guys. It's great to have you here. And I have a question for Khabib. So, Khabib, a lot of people talk about the GSP fight or the Tony Ferguson fight. I'm going to ask you about a potential fight with Kamaru Usman, because a lot of fighters have been moving up to conquer that second title. Have you thought, or do you plan, if everything goes to plan, of course?
Honestly, I want to stay in 155. And if they make 165, maybe, or 160, but in 170, I'm not big like in 155. And I know Kamaru Usman, and you know, it's like, I don't know why you ask this question. Maybe he call you, but I want to stay 155. I have a lot of works in 155. Dustin, Tony, and we have like right now is like biggest division is this is a lightweight division, and I have a lot of works in lightweight.
Well, thank you, Khabib. And I have one for Dustin. So Dustin, congratulations on your performance against Max Holloway. You look phenomenal. And I'm gonna ask you, how do you think that experience of fighting Max Holloway will benefit you when you fight Khabib?
I think that fight was a completely different fight than this one's going to be. You know, this one's going to be a lot more grueling. I feel in the clinch and in the wrestling department, Max was more of a kickboxing fight for 25 minutes. But something that is similar was the pace. You know, I think we fought for 25 minutes. And I believe that's how this fight would be. If it goes 5 rounds, it's going to be nonstop. That's the only comparison I could say. Probably just going to 25 and pushing the whole time.
Khabib, I have a question here. It's the first time in almost a year that you'll be back in the octagon. How big buzz are you going to get from that? How much have you missed it?
I follow all shows, I watch all fights, you know, a little bit miss fights. Not too much, honestly, not too much. Before when I was injured, when I have injured in general surgery, like when I didn't fight 2 years, I miss a lot. But right now, not too much, honestly. But I still hungry, you know, like I feel when I'm training, when I'm thinking about this, like everything is the same, but I'm not miss this, you know. It's like after every fight, I don't feel nothing, you know, like I think it's about enjoying it, maybe. Like with victories, with everything, after every fight, I enjoy less, you know. And right now, I'm not miss too much on fights, but I'm very exciting and like about competition. I really want to fight with one of those guys. You know, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. But I'm not missing the fights.
Do you have any regrets over what happened with Conor?
Regress or progress?
Regrets.
What do you mean regress?
Well, you've ended up suspended.
Suspended? What suspended? I don't understand question.
You've not been competing.
Because regress when you go on, progress when you go. No. No, I think. Sometimes you do something like your own situation and you do something, but nothing inside, you know. If I have chance one more time, I'm gonna one more time, maybe 100 times. Doesn't matter.
You say you've not finished what happened on October 6th. Is a rematch possible down the line?
Like last years, he only won victory in amateur boxing, you know. How is your rematch, you know? Like he tapped, he begged me, please don't kill me, you know. And now we talk rematch. We talk about rematch. Tony Ferguson on that, you know, like people who have win streak on the line, but not the guy who don't win nothing like 3 years, you know. I have a lot of works without him, and right now I'm focused on September 7.
A question for Khabib down here. Khabib, you spoke about your father being in your corner for the first time in this upcoming fight. Can you just explain why that's so important for you?
I don't understand what you said.
You spoke about your father being in your corner for this fight with Dustin. Can you just explain why having your father in your corner is so important to you?
Yeah, this is, it's been a lot for me because my father never was in my corner in my UFC career. And last time when he was in my corner, it was 2011, my last fight in Russia, Right now, I'm very happy about this, and we're gonna move to Abu-Dabi maybe 1 month. Training last month spent with my father. We're gonna take with us Javier, and I think it's gonna be a great mix between my father and Javier, and I'm very happy about this, and the mother very happy about this too, and we'll see.
Dustin, the current craze in MMA has been securing 2 belts, being a dual world champion. Obviously, your last win was over the featherweight world champion. So, if you were to secure the weight belt, would a drop back down to 145 be an option for you to get that belt?
No, I'll fight 145 again in my career. It won't happen. If anything in the future, maybe move up, but I don't like to look far ahead. My hands are full September 7th. I'm focused on that. We'll see what happens after that, but definitely featherweight out of the picture.
Just for Khabib as well, obviously your name is mentioned, Ferguson's name isn't far away. He recently won again at the weekend, called out your name. I wonder what your thoughts were on that win, and do you see yourself throwing down with him down the line?
Little shot, my opinion, but you asked him to fight Matt Holloway, he don't take this fight, and right now, probably is because of him, I don't know why he take this fight, but he take fight with his cowboy. And I understand this, and I don't want underestimate opponent Dustin, and he is a tough challenge for me, and I don't want to think about other opponents. I have to focus on my opponent.
Question for Khabib here. Obviously, you've had the long day off due to your suspension. How active are you being in the next 12 months?
Yeah, I want at the end of the year, 30th December or 31st, maybe. I don't know when it's gonna be Saturday, but I wanna fight in end of the year. After fight, I wanna take 1 month little rest, and October, middle of October, I wanna beginning my training camp for the fight end of the year. This is my plan.
And you talked about Abu Dhabi being an easy country for Russians to get to. When ideally do you want to fight in Russia?
When I'm gonna fight in Russia?
Yes.
I wanna fight in Russia, of course, but I don't know. But UFC don't make in Russia pay-per-view show, and right now I'm champion, and they have it in pay-per-view show, and that's why, I can't fight in regular UFC fight night show. I don't know. Question you have to ask, UFC people maybe, they know. Other guys. Well, I don't know about this, but Moscow time and Abu Dhabi time is same. They can make UFC show. Maybe next fight. Why not?
A question for Dustin down here. Dustin, in some of your biggest fights, you've come in as the underdog. You're in the same thing here. How's your mindset changed for this fight compared to some of your other challenges?
If anything, I'm just over these other challenges. I'm learning how to stay out of my own way for the most part. Just have fun with it in the process. Put it in the work and go out there and scream. That's what I do now. That's what I've been doing. But like I said a while ago, man. I'm to this now. This is what books written about. My life is a movie, you know. My life is like a Rocky movie. This is going to be fun. I accept the challenge, excited. I embrace all this, and I just want to show everybody how great I can be and what I have inside me, you know.
Where does a win against Khabib you in the pound-for-pound list, do you think?
I'm not sure. I know we're both on the pound-for-pound list. I'm not sure where he's at on it. Number 3, I think. Yeah. So it would put me there. But if you look at the run that I'm on, one current champion I just beat, I think 2 or 3 former world champions I beat in main events and finished them. If I go out there and stop Khabib, you know, I think I'm one of the best athletes at 155 pounds to ever fight. You know, that's my name in the history books forever.
Thanks,
This is for me. How do you find the pressure from men people in the fallout your last fight? Was that difficult to deal with, or was it just distracting?
It's very difficult for finding ways, you know, because I finished 2 guys like in the gym, you know, and like when we watch last fights, Dastин, he moved a lot. I like booking, you know, his movement, everything, but I don't know what he can do in my wrestling, you know, pressure. And if you want, come on to the UFC, if not, I'm going to go and call it.
So you can say that they're going to school you back home in August. Talk to us about how much does it need to know you've got outside page. They're going to build talk in the minute after you in that story came out in Manchester. Would you tell us anything about that and what that means to you?
I think this is something, and I already built also in Dagestan after fighting my opponents like September, and I'm working on gyms like in London, Abu-Dabi, Dubai, Moscow, like business plan, you know. Like now I started because I told them, you know, and I didn't know.
And for Dustin, you're somebody outside the cage as well. I know it's become a regular part of the end of your activity time that you all getting these motherfuckers in the area. Your international plan, particularly.
No, we have to try to decide something big. You know, it's the biggest event on this platform. Change somebody's life for multiple lives. As a closer, with my wife and the team are now we're going on. We have a butcher dream done both next school. So I'm going to get that done with a fight. Thank you guys for the people who did it. But yeah, probably at the beginning of camp, wasn't live.
Wonderful, David. If you could just make a decision to take a look at the USA market, usually to do with FFV.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important with our aspiration to be progressive toward the truly global sport. And for us, we've seen the Mexico open up the Institute, Shanghai, really support athletic development, all the way down to Australia and New Zealand. What we've done in Russia in the last 15 months has been unprecedented, really since we opened up the Brazil office in 2013. So we identified, you know, Middle East, North Africa, and specifically the Emirates as an area we wanted to continue to develop. And so part of that is in conjunction with the DCT, is making sure we've got a, you know, compelling suite of programming for that week leading into the fight, but also making it really palatable for and accessible for all people of the region. So this isn't only about this event. This isn't only about this event in the context of 5 events over the next 5 years. I mean, the relationship that we've got now with Abu-Dabi media, making sure that all our content is available to people across the region. This is in an effort to build the sport into this level, and this is all part of it.
Is there concern, though, that perhaps in the US, where Khabib in particular has become a huge sensation following the Conor fight, that viewership numbers and the chance to perhaps even build that star even further may be harmed by timing it for the Abu Dhabi market instead of the US pay-per-view market?
I wouldn't say it's a concern so much as it is just a consideration. I mean, we will absolutely be taking a hit in a number of different regions around the world because of the difference in timing of this event. What we do know, I mean, you know, how transcendent a star Khabib has become. You look at even 2018 and, you know, he's in the top 5 most Googled athletes around the world. You know, this is a real opportunity to us to commit to the long term of building the sport in this particular region. So yeah, there's going to be areas that I think are affected negatively, but overall we've got ability to take this type of fight, as compelling as it is, to a region that we think can be propelled over the next few years and make it really successful. So it's all been part of the calculation. Any other questions from the group today? No? Thanks everyone for your support. We're going to clear this stuff off the stage and get ready for face-offs in a couple minutes.
Nurmagomedov returns to the octagon against interim king Dastин "The Diamond" Porье. Be there live to see the belt unified in Abu Dhabi at UFC 242. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmasteruae.ae.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the UFC 242 press conference here in London, England. UFC 242, Khabib versus Poirier, takes place Saturday, September 7th at the Arena in Yas Island and Abu-Dhabi. My name is David Shaw, and I'm the head of UFC International. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a few of our partners participating in this event. First and foremost, the Department of Culture and Tourism of Abu Dhabi, event promoters of record, IMG, Abu Dhabi Media, our newly found content partnership in the region, distributing all UFC content through